Welcome back to what Arty Noobs. This is the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the northeast corner of Arctic region and it's under the command of Ianthony. Well, he's actually got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his M44, something I have yet to achieve. And the game has started. No sound on the engines yet again. Well done, Wargaming. Always getting your clients absolutely wrong. Okay, well, he's moving over to the northeast corner to find a firing position. I always try to avoid going through those wire fences or barbed wire fences because you actually do indicate where you are. But, well, he's going to go into the corner, or at least not fully into the corner. He's actually using the bushes. And that looks good. That looks very good, actually. It's very well positioned. Okay, he's ready to shoot. And he's now going to dial in on the enemy coming up the north route. And we've got a Cromwell B attacking our Skoda T25. Just trying to work out where the guy's going. Rounds out. Well, he stunned him. And he got loads of stun assist off that shot. Change position just slightly. I think he's going to stick in this corner for the moment because you do get good shots in this direction. Nobody's gone down south actually, but he does have a platoon mate in a KV2 who's nearby and he's holding on near the cap. That's Survival 1917. Looks like everyone's going to focus on the north end. Okay, we've got a Peter. Is it a Peter? No, it's a P-Biz. Not the Peter. But there's 2 targets in that area. There's a T-52 up there as well. The enemy is probably going to wonder why nobody's coming out to attack them on the south route. And it looks like they're being very cautious. But sooner or later they'll realise, oh, there's nobody waiting here. And they'll try to push through. At which point Ianthony will have to change his attack to the south. T-3485 trying to creep up by the edge. That could be very dangerous because if you fall off, you'll go down the cliff. You might actually hurt yourself. That's out. Looks good. It landed right next door to the target. We've got nobody down south spotting for us. It's just that P43 Biz on the mouse at the moment who can look south for us. Plus, of course, his platoon mate. Okay, he's going to go back to the P43 Biz who's on that ramp looking up. And the KV2 on the enemy team has suddenly appeared in the South Pass and Ianthony is now going to pay attention to these guys. He does have the potential to earn a lot of credits if he can actually hit these guys as they're trying to get shots. Good hit, first one, 172 millimeters hit points. I don't know what I was thinking there. It's going to go for it again. Rounds out. Another direct hit, 201 this time. Oh dear! He knocked a tree down. Don't think he meant to do that because that would actually give away that somebody's in the corner. It's looking over to the west. Thinking about that P43 Biz. That guy's not going to come around the corner because he knows he's got far too many opposition waiting for him. That P43 Biz keeps popping up every now and then. Not fully dialed in yet. His reload time is 15.45 seconds. The standard reload for an M44 is 19.08. But he is using premium consumables, and that does have an appreciable effect upon reload. I know because I always use premium consumables on my RT above tier 5, or tier 5 and above. It's well worth it. You earn much more in the way of credits from having premium consumables. Huge amount of difference. It's he go for the KV2? Because he can get a kill off this guy, or he goes for the Tiger P. He's gone for the Tiger P. Rounds out. Direct hit, 233. And they're all starting to bunch up now. So this time round, is he going to go for that Tiger P again? Rounds out. Yep. Oh, Reggie's enjoying this game as well. He's swinging. I should explain, the really bad singing is actually Reggie's. I've actually owned a bird who doesn't know how to sing properly. Occasionally he does, but when he does sing, it's actually genetic memory. I'm pretty certain of it, because obviously all creatures have a certain amount of genetic memory of things that they automatically know, which is within their DNA. And people often say, well, do you actually store knowledge genetically? And the answer is yes, you do. Why would a baby know to go to the mother's boobs would be food? It's genetic memory. They're looking for the pattern. But anyway, the other thing, of course, is that a baby bird, if it's seeing a swan, or a baby swan, oh, lovely shot there on the Nashorn. Yes, a baby swan, if he sees a swan flying overhead, he'd instantly think that's good. If he sees a swan figure flying the opposite direction, he knows that's bad, because it's the same silhouette from a hawk or an animal that could hurt him. Whereas Platoon making the KV2 did manage to get a big derp into the T-52, but they're now under a lot of pressure, because the team camping near the cap means that the enemy are pushing them into the northeast corner. Okay, he's trying to line a shot on the Hellcat, too late, but he wings him for 165. Go for it. He's tracked. Rounds out. This will be a kill shot. No, it went long. I felt sure that would be a kill. Okay, we've got ISU-122S, which is the premium tank destroyer coming in from the west. He fires at the Super Hellcat just a fraction too late. And he's knocked over another tree, which would give the enemy Arties, 3 of them, a chance to know where he is. Probably the enemy have been reporting that back to their teammates, though, anyway. I'm a bit surprised they haven't started lobbing shells in his direction yet. Oh, getting back to genetic memory, though, it is actually very true that there is such a thing. Oh, that's the reason why they weren't firing. The Arty have moved up to try and help their teammates. And I think that Cheetu is going to finish off the M12. Yeah, got him. Yes, a lot of people will be quite surprised that you actually do carry some genetic knowledge. But yes, what we call instinct is actually storage of information and knowledge, which is stored genetically inside you. So you actually are able to access memories that were created from the parent creature, or genetically throughout the life of the species, and these learnt memories actually help you to survive. Don't understand how they work, but we do know that instinct is genetic memory. Unfortunately, my bird does not have much of memories. He doesn't know how to sing properly, but just occasionally he will sing one song very, very well, and that is a genetic memory song. It's his mating call. Sudden lull in the battle. The enemy's only one tank ahead. And one of them is on the way in, the T-34-85M, and he's close enough. Oh, he just got derped. His KV-2 platoon mate just hit this guy and really badly hurt him. Rounds out, kill shot. Lovely one. And he was happy about that.
Confirmed.
Okay, Super Hellcat, he's very low on hit points. This should be a kill shot. Oh! Flew right over the top of him and landed long behind him. He was so low on hit points there, I felt sure that he was going to expire if the shell landed right in front of him. Okay, there's another of the enemy Arty. Got really close. And we just lost the T-25AT to their ISU-122S, the premium tank destroyer. He must be fairly close. Of course, the ISU-122S has a 122mm gun, which is capable of 390 alphas, so you really don't want to get hit by that if you can help it. Plus, it's got a very fast reload, and that was a RAM kill there on the IKV-65-2. It's so easy to kill those things with a RAM. I've been playing the IKV-65-2 quite a lot recently, and I found it's quite annoying when the enemy says, "Oh, I'm fed up with you, I'm just going to ram you to death." Okay, G2 is coming back. 3 left on the team, 4 on the enemy team. Their Super Hellcat, very low health, but their ISU-122S has got that brilliant gun. And the Super Hellcat is now well within killing range. Rounds out. Yep. So that equalizes the score, but he was seen, so you need to get out of there quick, because enemy Arty will focus you, and they've still got a Crusader and a Burt. So if shells start landing in this corner any second, he needs to abandon this place and get down low behind one of the bushes. They're not firing in. Oh, they are now. Sorry, I spoke too soon. Yeah. So they're trying to work out where he is. They could take him out with one shot, because it appears the Crusader SP is using the stock gun, which of course is the same gun as on the Burt, the FB304, which means they have got a very high trajectory and the shells will loop up over the rock and they could come down directly inside the M44. Here comes the 122-44. Oh, not 122-44, the ISU-122. Oh, he took out the KV-2, which means now there's only 2 left on his team, the Chinu and him, and the Chinu finishes off the ISU, which now means there's only 2 Artys left. One round from one of the Artys came in just a short second ago, and now he's going Arty hunting. We think that the Crusader SP is somewhere just around the corner. And I have the feeling he's going to go around and see if he can take this guy out. I'd be worried about going over those rocks ever since I saw Klaus manage to kill himself on one. Oh, he's found him. And it's the Burt. And the Burt just derped and failed. So he's gone to the aim shot. And he missed. But the Chinu's not going to miss him. He just needs to see where the guy is. There he is. Missed on that one. The Burt's going to be reloaded by now. Locks on. And derps him out of existence. It's a good job that he did lock on. It really does help. And there's only one enemy left. It's the Crusader. He's just around the corner. He just failed as well. He's loaded. And the Crusader is in sight. He's gone to the aim. This could be a kill. Yes! Wins the game. Wow, that one. Oh! What a way to end the game. That one went down to the wire. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. There was only about 26 seconds left on the clock when this game ended. It was right down to the wire. It was an ace tanker for Ianthony30678. I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier in the game. But yes, that was an ace tanker. Not the first ace tanker he's had. He's had many of them before, quite a lot. And he's also managed to get a fighter badge of getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, one short of a top gun, and also 1/3 of the enemy team. And he also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. And on top of all that, he got a battle hero medal. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall. And his win rate from the game was 7,993. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, he did get the highest damage with 2,346 hit points. The next high scorer being the Cheetah, who was the only one left alive at the end of the game, 2,107 to him. And the third highest damage was the P43 Biz on the enemy team with 1,656. His platoon mate, Survival 1917, got 1,401, which puts him actually on 5th place overall in the damage. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 5. 3 kills went to the Cheetah and to the ISU 122S. And when it came to base XP, he's got the top in that one as well. Yes, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,395 base, 1,087 went to the Cheetah, and 1,040 went to his KV2 platoon mate. 20 shots fired, 10 direct hits, 2 penetration, 15 splash. Let's have a look and see which ones he actually penned. It's not particularly obvious. I'm pretty sure the Burt was one of them. Yes, he did pen the Burt, that was for sure. And the Nashorn as well, he penned him for, that was that big hit, yeah, so it must have landed right inside the Nashorn to finish him off. He also got 15 splash on the enemy as well, 2,346 hit points of damage, of which 2,085 were at more than 300 meters, so you can see there was some close shots on both the Burt and the Crusader. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash damage from one of the Artys when he was a little too close, but he didn't really suffer from it. And he spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 5, and 283 hit points of damage assistance, plus 1,560 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 38,811 credits from the game, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, still made a profit of 8,704 credits. 1,395 base XP times 2 for the first victory took away 2,790 experience points altogether. So yes, he was in the sniper position up in those bushes right in the corner. Not the position I would highly recommend really, because it's just so obvious where you are after a while, and it's such a small area. It's very easy for the enemy Arty to actually fire rounds in. The only surprising thing was that because the Crusader and the Burt were sharing the short range gun, they didn't start firing into that corner. They weren't interested in counter battery, and the only other Arty on their team, if I remember correctly, was there another Arty on their team? I don't think there was. No, there wasn't another Arty on their team. It was just the Crusader and the Burt. And so that's the reason why they had short-range Artys. They were more interested in the tanks than counter-batterying him. And that's why Ianthony came out so well. So, a very good game. A nice victory, considering that he was in that corner all the time. And, of course, considering his team actually camped around the cap. Whenever you get a team that does that, it's almost you think, oh, well, this is doomed right from the start, because if you're not going to spread out and try and deal with the enemy on certain flanks, if you push through and win on one flank, even if you lose on the other one, you might actually get to the enemy cap and get a victory before the other side succeeds. But when everybody stays around the cap, you think, oh dear, this is bound to end badly. I suppose the only reason it didn't end badly was because the Cheetah decided to go south and deal with the enemy in their territory. And of course, Ianthony was defending the cap as best he could, and he was getting a lot of damage out of those enemy tanks as they tried to come in. And of course, he did have the help of his KV2 platoon mate. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
You just keep coming up.
Yes.
No stuff on the stairs.
Okay, where's my son?
And and thank you for watching.